All right, this is a new course called People in Organization. This is a mandatory course. And this unit aims to develop knowledge and understanding of those aspects of organizations that concern and support people in organization. Like literally by uh, just reading the whole course, you can get the idea that we're going to talk about different personalities, kinds of different organizational structure in an organization and firm. But we are going to target specifically small, medium enterprises. And I think I chose Bahrain and Saudi for the example purposes. So you're going to get the idea as well. Like the same courses, we have learning outcomes and respective assessment criteria. In total, we're having 4 LOs, that is the learning outcomes, and the respective assessment criteria too. Right underneath, we have indicative content points. These are going to help you to write down the answers perfectly according to the command verb. Like if I read 1.1 for you people, it says analyze the benefits of effective communication to organization. Here, the first word is word. The command verb, that is analyze. We're going to break down in the positive, negative aspects, importance, definitions, and examples. The points which you're going to work on, that is the benefits of effective communication, is right in the indicative content, right over here. So you're going to only use these points, but your explanation is going to vary from one another, how you're taking the point, the examples. That is how we actually assess you people as well. Then for this, we have assignment as well, assignment brief. We have task 1, 2, and 3. That's it. 3 tasks for this assignment. And underneath, we have the suggested evidence. That is the guide, which is going to help you to perfectly write the answer as well. Like I just demonstrated you 1.1, the benefits and everything, the command verb analyze. So in it, we have the guide must give a clear analysis of the benefits of effective communication, including the impact on employee. Now, see, these are the points as well, other than the indicative content. So you can take always help from this side as well. Clear? All doubts?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what actually people in organization is, this refers to the individuals, that is employees, managers, and leaders. Now, specifically people or the individuals we are going to target in an organization, they are going to be the employee, the workers, the managers, they could be the senior one, they could be the MDs, and the leaders who are leading everything, who work with an organization and contribute to achieving its goals as well. That is, whatever the organizational goals are, they are going to help the organization to achieve all those by different strategies, steps, propagandas, everything. This concept focuses on how people behave, interact, and are managed in a workplace setting. That's the main thing. Even in general schools, universities, or even in a remote structured learning, we have to see how people are behaving, the conduct, their tone, their body language. Literally, we can assume it. And how we're interacting, we're doing the discussion, we're taking things seriously. And then how things are managed as well. Like most of the time, I do heard these things that the recordings are not uploaded by the time, slides are not uploaded by the time, and there are different things as well. So you can always come up in the class, tell the problem so that I can convey on your behalf. Then people in organizations are the human resources or the workforce that perform the various roles to help the organization function and succeed. Now, these you can say that this is going to help you out to tackle up all the situations perfectly, how you're going to proceed up with the individual task, with your peers, with your groups. These people may be involved in operations, that is the daily work, management, how they're managing all the projects, overheads, leadership. That's really important because every organization differs from one another. And if there are so many departments, then we need to see that what kind of leadership style we can opt for, because there are autocratic, democratic, laissez-faire, situational leadership, and so on. Support functions, how things are going to be managed, or strategic planning, when we have to proceed up with the different projects at time, we need to do the planning accordingly, and that is known as strategic. We are going to look at the finance as well, the managers as well, the potential of the workers too. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Then we have key aspects of the people in organization, just as kind of summary, what we are going to have in it. Aspect and description, organizational structure. How roles and responsibilities are arranged, that is departments, teams, hierarchy. In every organization, the style is different, the structure is different, so the departments too. We have marketing, we have HR, we have research, R&D, we have the plenty, you name it, and they have it, production, marketing, and XYZ. Advertisement too. Then we have to form the teams. A team cannot be perfect always. We have to choose people. One must be good in the vocal speeches, the presentation. One must be good in writing. One must be good in presentation. One must be good in amalgamating the data. That is how you form a group, a team. Hierarchy, the steps, the levels. One, two, three, from top to bottom and sometimes bottom to upward. That is what a hierarchy is. Then we have communication. This is the flow of information among the employees and departments, because our concept for the course is people in organizations, so examples and descriptions are accordingly. Other than right now, even we are doing the communication. You people are responding back. I am demonstrating you the lecture. Leadership, the way managers and leaders guide and motivate employees, that's really important. Just like when we say we are quite blessed that we have a good teacher. Sometimes you don't find a good teachers as well. It gets really difficult even to, walk the whole 6 months or a semester in a university if the teacher is not good. So it's a blessing. Same goes for the organizations too. Motivation, techniques used to encourage employees to work effectively, that is rewards recognition. Like when you do a good work, you did a phenomenal job, you are liable for a small certification or a reward. It could be a small lunch, like that. Then comes the teamwork. Collaboration among the employees to achieve the common goals. How you are amalgamating different people with the different personalities, because you are going to think differently, I'm going to think differently, and Sophia too. So everyone has their own thinking, and when we conjoin everyone, we form up a new thing. Training and development programs to improve employee skills and performance. That is, it's not mandatory that a person we hired in 2015 is going to be with the same skills and abilities till 2025. We need to re-upgrade him or her, both. Performance management, monitoring and evaluating employee performance. That's really important. Why? Because we need to see where they are lacking so we can improve, and where they are outstanding, we can always outdate that. Why people matter in organization? Like, what's the importance behind it? First reason is always the productivity. Skilled and motivated employees lead to higher efficiency. That's true. When you're going to hire excellent kind of workforce with an excellent teamwork, with a good qualifications, abilities, you're going to form up a good product by the end. Like in the master chef, there are different people from different brains, countries, and with different skills, and they show up. And at the end, only one is the winner, and they proceed further. Innovation. Employees contribute new ideas and improvement. That's very important. And only then we make up with the new things, with innovative ideas. If you're not encouraging enough, we're not motivating them, we're not asking about the new inputs, how they're going to open up their creative thinking box. Culture. People shape the values, behavior, and atmosphere of the organization. That's true, because we are not hiring persons or employees from one regular country. It is from different countries, different backgrounds, and cultures too. Customer satisfaction. Happy, engaged employees tend to provide better service. That is true. If we are going to make sure that they are happy, they are going to give us a good input in return of extra work, extra management, and everything. Now let's discuss the HRM, what it is. Again, this is a course as well, but for now, I'll just demonstrate it in a summary wise. HRM is the department of the function, or a function responsible for the managing people in an organization. They hire, they recruit, they train, they do everything. First is recruitment and selection. Out of 100, they're going to select one or two. Training and development. If you are hired, then the training process is going to start so that you can get fit into the organization. Performance evaluation. They are going to evaluate you on your work. They're going to give you the project for 2 months, then they're going to assess you on that. Employee relations. how you're bonding with your peer groups, compensation and benefits. If you're an excellent one, you're going to get the rewards and you will be motivated at the end. Then comes organizational behavior. The behavior of an organization, that's really important, the atmosphere, the working environment. This is the study of how people behave in organizational settings. You cannot act the way you're acting in a home, in an organization. So first is group dynamics, because there are different kinds of personalities, different people, different age groups. So we have to work accordingly with them. And they actually, what do we call that? Monitor us, the managers. Motivational theories. For example, Maslow hierarchy of needs. Then we have the Herzberg, Henry, and so many. The famous one is the Maslow and the McGregor. These are always used in the organization. Then comes um, leadership styles. I demonstrated that as well. We have different kinds of leadership styles, like autocratic, in which things are quite, you can say, congested. You get the orders, you get the laws, and you need to follow it. You cannot answer back. Like in army, democratic. Again, it is like an order, but again, we can have like a small discussion, just a small, but they won't give us the importance at all. Conflict management. When you're going to work in an organization, there are high chances there are going to be problems and conflicts as well. What I think, that's not compulsory, you people are going to think. Most of the people were comfortable with taking class at 7:15. Half of the was okay with 7, and now we want it to be 7:30. So from next month, we're going to do that as well. So what it was, I tried my best. I discussed with the management and they agreed. Now, this is just an infographic of what we did today. That is the start of the lecture. Definition of the people in organization, that is the individuals who work with an organization and contribute to achieving its goals. Then we studied about the key aspects, that is the structure, the motivation, the leadership style, teamwork, then training and development and performance management. And in the end, we did the importance of the organization, that why people matter in it, due to on the scale of productivity, innovation, and then recruitment and everything. So it was just a snapshot of it. Till now, is it clear?
Yes.
This was all about the course. Now we're going to start actually the main lecture. That is most probably 1.1 and I think LO1 too. The lectures are according to the task wise. Task 1. Understand communication within organization. Communication within organization refers to the way information flows between individuals, teams, and departments to support coordination. First thing is what actually communication is. It is when the messages is transferred from one person to another, we get a response as well and a feedback too. With that, how these communication channels flow among the individuals, that is the managers, employees, teams, that is the group, and departments as well. Why and in what purpose it helps us to support the coordination, that is the amalgamation of the groups, the departments. Decision making, it helps us to demonstrate different ideas, brainstorming, and goal achievement. That is, you achieved something which you actually discussed earlier in a start of the project. It is essential for maintaining efficiency, building relationships, and ensuring smooth operation. And this is the reason why we always focus on the communication in the organization, because it helps us to regain everything in an organization. Then comes the types of organizational communication. We have internal, external, formal, informal. In total, 4. We have the following description in the examples as well. Let's read it. Internal is within the organization, that is between employees, teams, and managers. People within the premises of a working area, that is the organization internally. For example, staff meetings, emails, and memos. Then comes external, with the people outside the organization, mostly the suppliers, the consumers, your competitors, even the rivals as well. For example, customer emails, supplier negotiations. Then comes the formal communication. This is actually the structured and official. You have pre-planned everything, then we pursue further. And in this, we have the examples like reports, Company announcements, like on the annual basis at the AGM annual general meeting, we do it. Then comes the informal communication, that is the casual or the unofficial interaction, just randomly by the passage we are talking with each other, like a coffee break chats, WhatsApp messages. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Then comes the channels. Channels here means medium, the process through which we do everything. For example, the first is the verbal. For example, meetings, we're doing a verbal education at the moment through the remote study, phone calls, video conferencing, just opening up my camera and we're going to go with video conferencing. Non-verbal body language, how you're actually walking, you're standing, the way the gestures of your bodies are. Facial expression, the way we are frowning out the eyebrows, some people have, a habit of just picking up the skin of their lips. They do it. It's a habit. It's a facial expression. Then written emails, reports, notices, memos, digital messaging apps, intranet, social club. This is not internet. Intranet is actually a system, mostly CRM as well, customer relationship management. We install that in an organization, specifically in department in which every computer, the PC, the laptops, they get connected to one system through which we can access data from the others as well. It's really helpful, but these are used in big universities and even the organizations. Social platforms, social media, each and everything in it. Importance, or you can say significance of communication in organization, why it matters a lot. First, it promotes teamwork and collaboration. Obviously, it helps us to boost up with different people, and we do the teamwork perfectly. Improves efficiency and productivity. When you're motivated enough, you have good colleagues, you have good peer groups, you are more efficient. You like love to work and even go to the work as well. Reduces misunderstandings and conflicts. Why? Because slowly and gradually you fill up the gap which was there, and now you like become friends, or like there is like a breakage of that formal communication. Enhance employee engagement. We discussed everything openly. Supports leadership and decision making. Definitely, when we discuss things, there is no breakage. We are going to go with the nice leadership styles as well and decisions too. It enables feedback and performance management. That is taking up the feedback with, excuse me, with that performance management. If there is a lack or a person, an employee needs an improvement, we are going to like guide them. Barriers to effective communication or the problems, obstacles, hurdles. First is poor listening skills. You're not active listener. You're a listener, which is a poor one, and we need to repeat things again and again. Language or cultural differences, again, that's really important. A Saudi is going to have really difficulty if they go to the China when there is not a medium, English is not a medium. And same goes for the other nationalities too. Use of jargon or unclear messages, like nowadays, the students, I'm demonstrating the children of the primary schools and ages, they have their own language. They have their own jargon. I don't understand that in which language they are talking, but they have built it. I even took a screenshot of that, but I just failed to add this. I'll do that in the next class. This is how things in passage of time changes. When I was in my primary, there was not like this. Like I remember one of my friend, just a class friend, she used to write the alphabet U like only U. The spelling in return is phi OU, right? And in that time, I got to know that she was used to text messages. That is why she was using small words. But nowadays, the kids, they're using their own small words, which are really interesting to know. Then comes the technical issues like this poor internet. It comes a lot. It is a big problem. Then comes improving organizational communication. Like if there is a barrier, there is a problem, always we need to propose a solution. This is what is required in your command ribs as well. That is analyzed. You have to demonstrate the problems. You need to tell about the solutions too. Let's read it. Encourage open and honest dialogue. Let's talk about it openly. Why to hide things? Use clear, simple language. Why use the Ferrari English? Let's talk in simple and precise language. Provide communication training. If you're not able to talk confidently, there is a lag. Please work on it. Foster a feedback culture, that is asking um, or like realizing yourself in a situation where different ethnicity people are uh, in different countries, different backgrounds. Use the right tools, that is email, chat, video, where whatever is required, go ahead with it. Promote active listening. This was the solution of the poor listening skills. This was LO1. Now we're proceeding with assessment criteria 1.1. Analyze the benefits of effective communication to organization. Here you're going to focus first on the command verb. Then we're going to talk about the benefits of effective communication to organization. When you're going to start this in your assignment brief as task 1, you're going to explain that what actually communication is, then why we need benefits. Like this is an extra heading you can add. And slowly and gradually, we can come up with the answer from the points which were already in the indicative content. Analyze means break the subject or complex situations into separate parts. That is, breaking up everything and explaining it in the form of definition. Examine each part in detail, identify the main issues, and show how the main ideas are related to practice and why they're important. Problems, solution, and the significance. Effective communication is a critical component of organization success. That is, when the communication channels and the affection on it is going perfectly, then we can say that the success of the organization is going to be 100%. It refers to the process of sharing information in a clear, concise, and purposeful manner, ensuring that the messages are accurately understood and appropriately acted upon. That is, whatever the instructions were given to us, we need to follow it. And how it is possible when the information is perfectly fine, it is clear, it is not in big paras, but that it is with a simple language too. In organizational settings, that is the environment, especially within SMEs, communication influences every aspect of operations. That is, because already it's a small organization, so things are not going to be that much, technical. From strategic planning to daily team interactions as well, because we're going to meet again and again. It's not going to be like multinational, one branch is this country, the other one is in XYZ country. This AC assessment criteria analyzes the key benefits of effective communication, including its impact on the employee relationships, how they interact with each other, morale, their status, their motivational factors, and operational efficiency, that is the daily activities going on, with the references to the current theories and examples from the SMEs in Saudi Arabia and Bahrain. This is what we're going to study today. Accurate and timely information. First thing is the definition and explanation. Accurate and timely information ensures that employees and stakeholders receive the correct data at the right time to make informed decisions. It minimizes the confusion and supports proactive problem solving. Now, what it's actually talking about, that is when you're going to get the information by the time, in time, you're going to act upon it as well. With that, the relevance to the practice, we are going to talk about the SMEs throughout this LO. There, the resources are limited and decisions often need to be made quickly. Timely communication is essential. Delays are the inaccuracies can lead to poor choices, wasted resources, and missed opportunities. That is true. Already the organization is small, the budget is restricted. When there is an information, we need to act upon it. For example, Al Jazeera paints an SME in Saudi Arabia, an effective internal communication through a centralized ERP system, a proper electronic system of the research system allows departments to assess real-time inventory and customer data. This leads to faster order processing and improved customer satisfaction. Because of the electronic system, things were very easy there. Before that, I don't know if you remember or not, things were always recorded manually on the manual ground. So it was really difficult to proceed with everything, to like scroll off at every page. Now it's really easy to just enter up the name, you get out the data of everything. Then comes efficiency. Efficiency in an organizational context refers to achieving maximum productivity with minimum wasted effort or expense. Effective communication streamlines processes by ensuring clarity in the task and responsibilities too. How efficiency helps up in the organization, specifically as a benefit. Things get started up way too quickly. Why? On the basis of good communication, that is, being efficient, having proper information by the time, and how you amalgamate with each other. You discuss things. In SMEs, where each team member may handle multiple roles, because one person is not dignified to one work. This only happens in big organization. When you're in SME, one person is doing different tasks. For example, if I talk about a sole trader, a solo person running a small shop like a bakala in Saudi, in different areas. He is the one person, and there is another person hardly. How he is managing everything? He is giving you the stuff as well. He is managing the cash as well. Everything is managed by him. So it gets difficult. Clear instructions and communication protocols prevent duplication of the work and reduce errors. That is, every person knows what their responsibility or responsibilities are. For example, Green Bar, a national skincare SME in Bahrain, uses project management tools. That is, they different we use different apps as well, like Microsoft Word, PowerPoint for our work, right? Same goes for this as well, like Trello and the Slack to coordinate marketing, production, and distribution teams. This has reduced project delays by 30% as per their to coordinate marketing, production, and distribution teams. This has reduced project delays by 30% as per the 2030 annual report, that is in the form of income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement, highlighting how communication contributes to operational efficiency, how things are being communicated, then how they're acted upon. This actually helps in reducing the errors and mistakes too. Then comes the number fourth, good relationships and effective teams. It's really important. Um, like in a class, when you find a good friend, things get very easy. But if there's a restrictions and constraint, it gets really difficult. You find it very boring. Storing strong interpersonal communication, and that is known as interpersonal communication, interaction among the people. Fosters trust and collaboration among employees. Effective teams rely on open dialogue, shared understanding, and mutual respect. Now, what happens when we do all of these things? Conflict reduces. Theoretical support, if you remember, according to the command verb at the end, if there's any point you can relate with a research, current research. So this was actually a point which was able to be you can say, in touch with the research. Here you go. Tuckman's team development model, he was the researcher. Effective communication is vital, important in the norming and performing stages of team development, where the roles are clarified and synergy is achieved. That is, when everyone knows what to do, when to do, how to do, things get really easy. You can norm as well, you can perform as well, perfectionly. Relevance in SMEs where the teams are small and roles often overlap, strong relationships ensure flexibility and mutual support during high demand periods. And it gets easy as well. Like, for example, when there is an occasion going on, there is a lot of stuff going on in small shops too. For example, in Saudi SME Tamimi markets, the frequent cross-departmental briefings improve collaboration between the purchasing and logistics teams. This is going to be a transportation example, most probably. This practice has helped reduce supply chain bottlenecks and improve the delivery times by 25%. This basically, they're helping us, different organization, to work with different logistics and lorries. The big firms. Morale. Employees' morale refers to the general emotional and psychological well-being of staff. I actually noted with the motivation too. When your morale, your spirits are high, motivation definitely goes up. Open and honest communication creates a sense of inclusion and belonging, which enhances job satisfaction and reduces turnover. When you're motivated, you're happy, you have high spirits for the job, everything is going like in a blooming season, things go smooth then. Relevance, high morale leads to increased motivation, lower absenteeism. Now, what's the benefits of it? First, the motivation increases. Secondly, you are not gonna leave the organization, that is going to be turned over, but absenteeism is you are not going to like do most often off from the organization, taking leaves and everything. And greater commitment, vital factors in the success of SMEs where each employee plays a crucial role. Literally, an SME, if one person is not coming in the organization, it disrupts the whole process for a day. The Nest, a Bahraini SME focused on eco-friendly home goods, holds weekly open forums where the staff can share ideas or concerns. This approach, this is like a copy of Google. This approach, they also do this. This approach has fostered a culture of trust and increased employee retention by 18% over the past 2 decades. Not the decades, years. Decades are for the 10 years. Clear messages. Be very precise with everything. Clear messaging means that communication is ambiguous, direct, and understandable to its audience. Misunderstandings or unclear instructions can lead to costly mistakes. That's true. One wrong instruction can lead to big loss for a company when it comes to SMEs specifically. Relevance for SMEs, particularly in the consumer-facing roles, clear communication ensures consistent service delivery and strengthens the brand identity as well. Obviously, quite a good prestige as well. For example, Kudu, I'm sure this is going to be known to you people, right?
Yes.
Clear standard operating procedures, SOP. That's the full form. Standard operating procedures and training videos are used to guide customer service staff in an excellent way. This ensures consistent consumer experience across multiple branches, reducing the consumer complaints significantly. And this is how they work on it. Then comes the customer and supplier relationship. Customers are really important for the business, and supplier has a very, difficult relationship with the producer. It's really tough. Strong external communication builds lasting relationships with the consumers and suppliers. It helps manage expectations, resolve disputes, and maintain reliability in the supply chain. How? When you can know and you have an idea how to commute with the other person, specifically the suppliers, things are going to get really steady and fast because the relationship is crucial. Secondly, we work with the supplier as the producer on the credit purchases. We buy the stuff and after 60 to 90 days, we pay them. Now for this also, we have the relevance to theory, that is a researcher. Stakeholder theory, Freeman, which was launched in 1984, suggests that organization must manage relationships with all stakeholders, that is the suppliers, consumers, employees, to remain sustainable and successful. You are working with the employees, you're working with the suppliers, you're working, that is making the consumers happy, but with that, your idea remains steady to be sustainable and to be successful one day. For SMEs and competing against the larger firms, personalized and effective communication is often a competitive advantage. That is a unique edge benchmarking. Sajid Bakers, an SME in Bahrain, uses WhatsApp Business to maintain real-time communication with the suppliers and clients. Because for the SMEs, it's easy to get tackled with the WhatsApp messages rather than the multinationals, obviously. This responsiveness has enhanced the reputation and built loyalty among both the stakeholders, for the suppliers as well as for the clients too. Conclusion. This analysis demonstrates that effective communication with an organization, particularly SMEs in Saudi Arabia and Bahrain, offers a multitude of strategic benefits, from enhancing operational efficiency and employee morale, that is, working on both of the sectors, to fostering customer loyalty and supply reliability, because you cannot only focus on one stance. We need to see the consumers too, the customers too, the suppliers too, the stakeholders too, and the governments too. Different policies. Communication underpins almost every success factor. As SMEs faces increasing competition and evolving market demands, investing in communication training, digital tools, and open culture is not just beneficial, it is essential. Like if you open a small barbecue shop or a small restaurant or a cafe, with the space or with the spin, you cannot buy every machine within it. It will take your time to build the aesthetics too, to have the machineries too, and everything. This is the whole infographic of what we did today, the benefits of effective communication. Now, just a real life snapshot of the example. I'll do it for you people. Accurate and timely information. For this, I chose SME Al Jazeera. Now, this company implemented a real-time communication system between sales and warehouse teams. Okay. As a result, what happened? Sales repetitions could instantly check inventory before confirming the orders with the consumers. This reduced order errors and improved customer satisfaction. Just because they worked on a system, they were easily able to apprehend everything. With that, we have efficiency, and for this, we have the green bar. Now, this adopted digital tools like Trello and the Slack for the task management, for the quick updates. Like you people have LMS, right? For every recording and stuff. This eliminated confusion over responsibilities and cut down the delays in marketing campaigns by 30%. Because when things are managed well, it gets really easy. Then comes the good relationships and effective teams, the meme markets. Regular briefings between the departments improve work, the coordination. Purchasing and logistic teams shared updates in real time, which reduce delivery delays and improve team cooperation. When things are managed well, it gets really easy. The transportation gets reduced, which is a good factor for the company as well and for the consumer too. Because what happens when sometimes prices hike or the budget increases, they transfer the price to consumer. Employee morale, the next organization, SME, the management held weekly team discussions where the staff were encouraged to share ideas. Every week, we are going to have a meeting in which we are going to share up the idea. This happens in this organization too, in which you are studying. Employees felt heard and valued, leading to increased motivation and a lower turnover rate. And that's the reason they won't leave the organization and they're able to discuss everything. Then comes clear messages. Pudu, the fast food chain one. This introduced clear training materials and scripts for the customer-facing employees. This led to more consistent service across branches and noticeable drop in customer complaints because there was a time when there was a spike in the complaints. Customer and supplier relationships were the last benefit. The example is Sajis Bakers. Using WhatsApp Business, Sajis Bakers maintain instant communication with both the suppliers and regular customers. If there was a problem from one side, we resolved it just in a matter of quick flash text messages. This helped manage last-minute orders smoothly and build long-term trust as well. Because with an SME, we have to pack up the orders. With that, we need to write the correct address numbers and we need to dispatch those orders too. So that's it